In Spider-Man Reign, a gritty tale set on Earth 70237, we get a glimpse of what happens when Spider-Man hangs up the web shooters and lets the years roll by. New York City doesn't exactly thrive without its friendly neighborhood hero. The story kicks off with a silver-haired Peter Parker getting roasted by his much younger boss. True to form, Peter's luck hasn't aged a day, and he gets fired before you can say, with great power. On his trudge home, he gets knocked flat by a kid fleeing the city's new military police force, ominously named Rain. When the officers catch the kid and demand his name, the little rebel quips, "Bend over." It's a cheeky spark that makes Peter crack a rare smile, reminding him of his own wisecracking glory days. Moved to help, Peter steps in, only to take an elbow to the face and snap his arm like a twig. Not exactly the triumphant comeback you'd hope for. Rain doesn't mess around. They bulldoze through anyone in their path, and Peter limps home, battered and broken. He brings flowers to Mary Jane, her gravestone, and starts hallucinating her. Apologies tumble from his lips, but the guilt doesn't stop haunting him, even in his dreams. One night, he dreams of MJ beside him, warm and alive. For the first time in decades, he feels normal. Then he wakes up to the same crushing loneliness. A knock at the door jolts him back to reality. It's an elderly J. Jonah Jameson, looking worse for wear, but still feisty. Before Peter can slam the door in his old boss's face, Jonah slips him a package. Inside, a dusty camera from Peter's daily bugle days, wrapped in a tattered Spider-Man mask. Jonah, meanwhile, takes his frustration out on parked cars with his cane, vandalizing them like an unhinged senior citizen protester. Turns out, the man who spent his life calling Spider-Man a menace is now the only one desperate enough to bring him back. And it works. Something stirs in Peter. He puts on the mask, and suddenly, the old fire is back. Strength, agility, speed, and a side of righteous anger. Moments ago, he was struggling against one Rain officer. Now, he's taking down two at once, like the hero of yesteryear. Jonah pleads with Peter to return full-time, but Peter, ever the reluctant savior, responds by socking him in the face and walking off. Word of Spider-Man's reemergence reaches the governor, who decides it's time to up the stakes. To catch a spider, release the flies, he declares, green-lighting the Sinister Six. Peter, meanwhile, contemplates fleeing the city entirely. But then he sees her, Mary Jane, smiling for the first time in 30 years. It's a hallucination, but one that reignites his sense of duty. An army surrounds his building, and when an innocent man is gunned down, Peter takes the leap, literally. Donning the black Spider-Man suit, he dives into battle, taking on an entire battalion solo. Just when it seems like he's unstoppable, the Sinister Six enter the fray. Sandman slams him into the pavement, and Kraven looms over him with a knife, ready to unmask him for the world. Before the fatal blow lands, familiar mechanical arms lash out, rescuing Peter. It's Dr. Octopus. Well, sort of. Otto Octavius left behind a final mission for his robotic arms, programmed to save Peter and deliver him to a graveyard. The chilling goal, bury Spider-Man alive with the memories of everyone he's lost. At the graveyard, Peter faces Mary Jane's coffin. When it opens, he sees her, not as a decayed corpse, but as the vibrant woman he loved. A flashback hits. Mary Jane on her deathbed, frail, but still fiery. Cancer had ravaged her, and Peter wasn't there to hear her last words because he was saving the city. The truth he's always known, but never voiced, comes out. He was the cause of her illness. His radioactive blood, and every intimate moment they shared, poisoned her. But then he remembers her final words. "Go get 'em, Tiger." She wasn't bitter. She loved him for his unshakable resolve to do the right thing, no matter the cost. Inspired, Peter punches his way out of the coffin and emerges, reborn in his red and blue suit. Spider-Man is back, and this time, he's fueled by both love and hope. Spider-Man. Reign is a raw, emotional journey that strips Peter Parker down to his essence. A hero who rises no matter how hard he's fallen. It's a tale of redemption, resilience, and rediscovering the hope that makes Spider-Man one of the greatest heroes of all time.